G'day guys and welcome to another episode of Team Madmullet Fishing Adventures. On last episode you would have seen us out down jump in chasing some beautiful flathead. And now in this episode we're actually going to show you how to prepare them for the table, and my wife's actually going to show you how to cook them. First step, I like to actually soak my flathead in the water just to soften them up a little bit. From here we actually get the scaler. I like to scale them under the water. It saves scales going everywhere. Alright, we just keep scaling it, even along the spines, until there's basically no scales left. You can see the colour change here. Basically means there's no scales. Plus, if you run your fingers long, it should feel nice and smooth. Alrighty, so flathead is all scaled. Now it's time to knock the fillet off. You know, pectoral fin up here. We're going to angle back to the top of the back of the flathead's head, basically. So come through on an angle like this. As you can see, you're exposing all that flesh there. Down to the backbone. Turn your knife basically flat. You want to run it along that backbone, as you can see here. Run that full length down. That's one fillet. As you can see the bone, it's pretty transparent through the flesh, so done a fairly good job there. It's not 100%, but it's good enough. Same with this side. Back to the head, turn knife flat. And through to the tail. And once again, it's pretty much flesh free there. Good for the crab pot. I like to freeze them, use them for crabs, sandies, muddies. So nothing goes to waste there. Let's clean my board. Okay. Now you do have a few bones in the rib cage and the pin bones. What we do here is get the knife, ever so lightly, just let the knife follow the bones down. So you basically, it's an extension of your finger. Go right through to the other side. You can feel where the last pin bone comes down to, that's there. So I'll knock this rib cage out. Now if you really want to, you can fry that rib cage up by itself and then pick the bones out. Still a couple of pin bones here. Knock those pin bones out. So there we go, you got a nice boneless, skin on bit of flathead.
Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Cook Your Catch. Today we're going to be doing crumbed flathead fillets. Look at that, don't they look beautiful? So all I've got here is a fry pan heating. Put some oil, we're just going to shallow fry them tonight. So we'll put some oil in. Alright, so we're going to get our flathead fillet, and in some bowls here we've got some egg and some breadcrumbs. So firstly we're going to dip our fillet in the egg, get it all nice and covered in egg. We do this so the breadcrumbs will stick to it nicely. We'll pull him out of there and coat him in breadcrumbs. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Cover that all nicely in some breadcrumbs. Almost like you bury it. Pull them out. Just leave that there and make sure our oil is nice and hot. Put him in. Alright guys, what we're going to do is we're going to let this cook for 3 to 4 minutes on each side, obviously depending on the thickness of your fish. Look at that. So while that's cooking, I'll just explain to you the best way of telling if your fish is cooked. So you can either use a cake skewer or a sharp knife. I'll just use a cake skewer for today. What you do is, what you want is the cake skewer to go easily through the fish. If it has to be forced in any way, then it's definitely not cooked yet. So we'll just see. And because I have to push that through, definitely not cooked, but we obviously know that because I've only just tipped it over. Alright guys, so I reckon it's going to be done. So it's been cooking for a little while now, so we'll just do our final check. Look at that. That went through perfectly. Alright. So what I've got here is I've got a plate with some paper towel on it, just to get rid of that extra oil. Take them off the heat. There you have it, a beautifully cooked, crumbed flathead. Alright guys, well I hope you've enjoyed our tips and tricks on how to catch flathead in today's episode, and also how to cook beautifully cooked crumbed flathead. And best serving suggestion is with some chips and salad, or just chips. Keep it easy. Until next time, cheers and good luck.